Hello buddy, welcome to what appears to be quite a bit of a wet day out. Now what I'm rocking today, which I'll just move out of the rain here at the moment, is underneath this little bag is the E-M1 Mk1 with the Lumix 25mm on it. Go try it, see what it works like as a bit of a sort of out-and-about camera. Basically sort of could be an ideal street setup, so something to try. So let's go and see if we can dodge the showers, see what sort of interesting things we can get. But yeah, some nice cloudy mountains, so you never know, something might crop up. So we're just taking a wander through the woods, basically down to the shoreline on Derwent Water. I'm hoping with these sort of inclement weather conditions be able to get something interesting. Now I know that the 25mm isn't weather sealed, which is why I've got this sort of stuff sat bare, sort of with the camera buried into it, just to keep it a bit more sort of protected. But we'll see what we can get. Hopefully we'll get something reasonable. It'll be a good test for the camera lens combo, because the Mk1 I still maintain is a belting little camera, and I think paired with this 25 is going to be absolutely beautiful sort of mixture setup. So stuff you can do really low light stuff and get something that's sort of a little bit more interesting at night, along with some great sort of open areas. I mean, even some woodland, but the woodland here isn't particularly great at the minute, and it is a little bit busy. So yeah, we'll see what pops out, and hope for the best that the weather baits down a little bit. The great thing about the 25mm is it's a 50mm full frame equivalent, which means field of view wise it's kind of like the human eye. Yeah, you may get a little bit more through the eye, but yeah, it's a good approximation, and you get quite a nice sorry, I'm just about to dodge the world's largest, muddiest puddle. Bear with. Ooh. Yeah, that was grim. Yeah, that weren't fun. Anyway, yeah, so it's about sort of the rough equivalent of the human eye. So you tend to get very sort of natural looking shots from it, which I think is perfect for a street, but it could also be handy for doing sort of some sort of general sort of landscapey stuff, and a bit of a challenge as well, because rather than sort of having the ability to zoom out, get really wide or tight in, you're limited to what you've got, and it can really make a difference. More than anything, it sort of hones your skills. So yeah, I'm going to give it a try. And spotted a couple of little bits of bobs. There's a cracking tree just up here, which normally you can't sort of get any kind of framing from it, but yeah, let's dodge another puddle. I'll have a go, see what we can find, and hopefully, yeah, get a couple of usable shots out of it. As far as settings go, at the minute, in aperture priority, basically fix it to auto ISO, f5.6, let the shutter speed do itself, whatever it really fancies doing. Now it is very windy, as you can probably hear on the mic, and I have to say, the water, yeah, it's way too choppy to do anything with, but I'm hoping to get a couple of little odds and sods. Like I say, it's not the cleanest of light, which is why I've stuck to f5.6, so it's keeping the shutter speed up a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely not a day to be out sort of having great fun with the camera, and sort of, it's definitely one you sort of grit your teeth and go with it. But yeah, I thought it's worth a go, have a bit of a play with it, and see what happens. But yeah, there's a couple of little features down here that might work, and hopefully I'd get a couple of bits out. It's basically where I did the little drone flight last year, which sort of you'll hopefully have seen by now. If not, go and check it out. It's only a quick video, just a few bits sort of sort of drone footage and shots from around here, sort of flying it around. So yeah, if you've not checked it out, go and have a look. But yeah, let's get this camera put away, I think, and get some shots taken. So handily, we've got some nice moody clouds, and hopefully that's going to give us something that's worthwhile shooting. There's actually a little tree, really better to make it out, just over in the background there, a little bit further beyond, which will work beautifully with that bit of mountain in the background. But unfortunately the tree next to it sort of dips in, so I might still be able to get something out of it. We'll see what comes up. But get a bit more of a wandering down here. I mean, we were here, a few weeks ago, and we were actually out about sort of 10-15 metres further that way. That's how much the water levels come up this time. It is ridiculously windy. We've had crazy hailstorms coming through, which was mad, because we got out of the van, it wasn't too bad, and come wandering up and got absolutely soaked. It was a bit of a mad rush to actually get stuff set up. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some half decent images, some bits and bobs, and yeah, it's just a bit of a test really. See what you can do with the 25mm in, quite frankly, shocking conditions. To give you some idea exactly how windy it is, you can probably hear that in the background. That's literally the lake washing up like we're at the seaside. It's yeah, that's kind of crazy windy. It's not as windy as we've seen it sort of, I think it was June time when we were up here last year. That was ridiculous. That literally was like full on sort of sea swell and everything coming up. But yeah, it is very windy. But we're in a little sort of alcove now, looking out over Borrowdale, and I've just spin you around. That is going to be one of the finest views you can get. Absolutely beautiful, especially since Borrowdale always seems to sort of gather up some really, really nice sort of Moody Cloud and sort of like that. I mean, today, yeah, there might be something in this. I think there might be a couple of black and whites in it as well, but we'll grab a shot of this now, and yeah, I quite like the cloud, definitely. So what it's about, this Mark 1 and the 25mm, that is so nice to use. Well, the Mark 1 itself is a really, really tiny camera. I mean, you can actually sort of work that out and get this to tilt down a little bit. Yeah, it's a really tiny camera. Weighs practically nothing, and hopefully the Panasonic 25 is a very, very lightweight lens as well. So the pair of them together, basically you can carry it all day long, you don't even notice it's there. Makes for a really nice setup, and really versatile as well. I mean, obviously you've got to think of sort of your focal length, and sort of if you're zooming, you've got to zoom with your feet and sort of stuff like that. But other than that, it works really, really nicely. I mean, obviously today it's not perfect conditions for it, but it's a good test because it's really inclement, really awkward, difficult conditions to shoot in. But I think it's actually working reasonably well. I've got a couple of shots, a few sort of very samey shots, because obviously you've got the same sort of background. But it's a good test for it. I think, yeah, they actually work quite well. And I'm going to take a bit of a wander down sort of onto the shoreline, which, if I just show you at the moment, is a little bit more than a shoreline. As the wind gets up, as you can see there, yeah, it's mostly water. There's a massive, massive amount of water coming to Derwent water just lately, which essentially means that whereas normally you'd be able to get down there and sort of down to the launches, it's really not possible to do it. So that reduces a couple of the shots that I was hoping to get. But, oh, hello. Robin just bounced into us. Hang on a sec. Yes, as I was saying before, the Robin came sort of jumped and landed right next to me. Yeah, it's a very versatile setup in really awkward conditions, and given the circumstances, normally I'd be down there on the launches, get some shots across with the hills in the background. Not possible today just because of the weather conditions and the fact that the water is that high. So probably what I'm going to do, wander sort of down more around by the theatre, so you can get some sort of shots of the steps that are quite abstract and stuff like that, and just have a couple of shots and see what we can find out. But yeah, normally down this section is where you got the boats that you can hire, the rowing boats. But obviously these sort of conditions would be ridiculous. I mean, put a sail on it, you'd be somewhere sort of in the Atlantic in no time. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge today, definitely a challenge. And this is what we're talking about, the light's starting to catch. We've got some beautiful Moody Cloud going on over in the distance, down that side end, in the jaws of Borrowdale. The rain's coming down, you've got streaks, you've got lovely sort of patterns. This is why we love the Lake District. Now, I'm actually stood on one of the launches at the minute, so I'm literally just about in the lake, so I'm only just able to get this shot. Ideally I could be being sort of about a mile down the road, but this is really quite pleasant. So I'll get a few more shots before the rain comes in here and I have to dash back in again. Another thing I love about using the Mk1 is the fact that it feels very much stripped back and sort of back to basics. It's really nice, which if you do a street is quite ideal, because you don't want to be faffing around, oh, this setting, that setting, that setting, that setting. You want just like basic, right, set an aperture priority, set your ISO limits previous before you go out, and just try and have a bit of a play with it. Because this goes down to f1.7, you can get some really sort of nice night shots as well. Get some nice neon signs, stuff like that. It's perfect for it, brilliant. But yeah, hopefully this will come out and we'll start to sort of get some of the lights sort of passing over now. Not sure we're going to get much out of Skidder, but we'll see what happens on that. But I'm going to take a wander through the old wooded bit, back out the other side, and sort of call it a day, I think. But yeah, come with us a bit more. There's some more shots coming up sort of at the end as well. Like I said, this hasn't been a go out, get some fantastic shots. This has been go out, get some snapshots, have a bit of a play, and I think it's actually worked fairly well. Looks like nothing spectacular, but it's worked fairly well. We had a little bit of light, a little bit of a bonus, which is always quite nice. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this little wander. And if you are thinking about the sort of the setup that I'm going up, I will be doing some proper street photography with it at some point in the future. Might try and get some sort of daytime to nighttime as well. Really start to have a play with the setup and see what we can do with an old camera setup that cost me, well, I think the camera's 150 quid, the lens 150 quid, so 300 quid, street setup in really good condition, and it's robust and gets fantastic shots. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, please do the usual, like, subscribe, comment below, and yeah, from quite an inclement Keswick, take care, we'll see you again next time.